Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Not back at Katie9POK here, and today we are doing a video about ham testing. So without further ado, let's roll that awesome intro video. Alright guys, so I am on my favorite search engine browser type thing, whatever, Firefox, Chrome, stuff like that. I happen to use Brave. That's, my thing, whatever. We're going to go to hamstudy.org, hit enter. So first off, this is hamstudy.org. This is what I used for all of my testing. It has all of the actual test questions on it. Which I thought was really great. It has the actual information and everything, and you can do flashcards and study for it and everything. And it's also completely free, which I thought was absolutely great. They do have, I believe they made an antenna for your little Baofeng radio that's really great, that my dad bought for me for my Baofeng when I got licensed to help support HamStudy, because HamStudy is what I used to study. So when you go onto hamstudy.org, the website, it'll take you to this page. If you log in, it will save your progress for all of your results for your flashcards and everything. And so here, I'll show you. If you log in, it'll save all of your results for what you've done. So then you can use that to track your progress and how well you're doing, and so you know when you're ready to take a test. So if you look at technician, this is my seen and then aptitude. So I've seen all 100% of the questions. If you come over here for this bar specifically, I'm 71% aptitude. The one that I'm worse at is 57. I managed to pass the test. That's what matters. But all of this saved progress is from when I took my tech test like 2 or 3 years ago. And then it also has practice test scores. So if we look at all of this, that's kind of wiggy. The orange line that you see is where you have to get to pass the test. So the third test that I took, I happened to pass it. You notice it was a little rocky, and then I started getting actual passing scores, and it decided to move on me. So I decided, okay, I'll go take the test. This dot down here is when I was messing around with HamStudy a little bit earlier this morning, and I got 9 questions correct because I wasn't trying. So, stuff like that. Now, if we go over to read questions, it literally just says what they are, and all of the questions, all of the answers, and what the correct answer is. I never specifically did that. I just went to study mode, and then if you come over, it'll show you this, your aptitude and your scene for all of them, and then you just answer, and then it'll tell you what's right, and you answer the next one, and it'll tell you if it's right or if it's wrong or something like that. And you can just keep doing that over and over and over again until you get it right. You can also specifically study on a specific section, like right here I'm at 57% aptitude, which is probably not passing, and then you can come over here, okay, I'm at 50% aptitude for T5D, and then you come over here, and you can do all of the specific things for everything. So if we go over to, I'm going to go back, let's see, I want to look at general class because I just recently studied for my general, and you can see I did a different system for studying for my general, where I went into study mode and I tried to get everything to be 100% aptitude and scene. It went a little bit down overall, but it is 96% overall aptitude, which gave me let's see, a 34 out of 35 on the final test, and the only reason I got one question wrong when I took it was because I read it wrong. So that study strategy worked really well for me. If you look at my practice test, no, I don't want that. Cancel, not cancel, okay. Exam failed. I'm not surprised. That's gonna throw a loop in my numbers, isn't it? That's fine. Look at my practice test scores, you'll see how all of them are in the 30 range, and all of them are above passing, which is 26 or 27. So, what I did is I just went to study mode and just studied, and then I'd study each section specifically, like G1 is the, a first section of the general test book questions. And I would just go, and I would just answer until I figured it all out, and then I go to things that I had, needed more practice on, and I don't know, it took me a few months, I think, but I wasn't super duper regular about it. But in the end, I passed the test first try, and it was super easy, and I wasn't worried about it. Now, when you do go to take a test, all you have to do is go to find a session, and then you'll say, I want to do it remote. And then I guess you can choose the specific like volunteer examiner you want to do. I just said choose. I don't know what this show full is, but oh, yeah. So remote sessions can only hold so many people in them. So if you want it to show sessions that are already full, you can hit show and then hide if you don't really want to see them. Come in here, choose one. It'll tell you how much it costs, and choose one that's in the right like in the amount of time that you want it to be. So like if you want to register for one in 2 months to force you to take the test in 2 months, that's fine and that works. But yeah, you can just choose a session. It's really easy. The online remote study testing software that they use is extremely similar to HamStudy. So if you go over and you take an exam on HamStudy, it looks extremely similar to taking an exam on the thing. Now, if you look at this, you can see that it says technician until July 1st, 2022, and then from July 1st, 2022. And what that means is that on July 1st, 2022, they're going to be changing the question set a little bit. Like you can see this question set lasts until 2023 because they changed it in 2019. Not like completely, but just a little bit. So you want to make sure that what you're studying for is the recent batch of questions. So if you think that you can study for the technician test and pass it before July 1st of this year, more power to you. You can study this section. If you don't, go to the new section and then just make sure that you take your test after July 1st so that it'll be the set of questions that you took. Now it does have this explain the question section where it'll say like this is the right answer and you can say explain what's the right answer and it'll give you some info. So it looks like they're 95.9% complete, having an explanation for each question. Alright, so I'm just going to take a quick little practice test to see how I do. Ooh, 17 out of 35. I didn't do that bad. Okay, so now that I've gotten a 17 out of 35 and failed my exam, I think that I'm ready to go take a test. What do? Well, you're going to come over to this right-hand sidebar and hit Find a Session. And then you can choose either in-person or remote. I happen to prefer remote sessions. That's just me. I like to stay at home. From all VECs or choose VECs, just volunteer examiner, I think coordinator. So like from which club do you want to do your test from? I just put all VECs because I'm doing it remote, so it doesn't really matter if I'm taking my test with a club that's all the way out in Virginia because I don't need to go to Virginia. But you can always go over here and choose. I think I did GLARG both times. GLARG is pretty great. No clue what it stands for. Now, show full is if you want them to show you sessions that are already completely full, because when it comes to remote and in-person sessions, there are only so many people that can be there. And so I hit hide because I don't really want to see any sessions that I can't actually go to and I can't actually register for because they're full. There's really no point in seeing them from my point of view. If you have a different reason, more power to you. You can look at them. So it's showing sessions from the 3rd of April to the 3rd of June, I believe. That's probably as far out as they have it. So it shows it for 2 months out. So you can set a test 2 months out right now, today, before you even start studying. if you want to like force yourself to be ready in 2 months and you want to motivate yourself to get it done. Because a lot of times, like I know with me, if I don't have an exact exam date set, I'll just be like, I can study tomorrow. I can study tomorrow. And then, like, 4 or 5 months pass and I finally am ready for my exam. So if you want to get it done faster, I suggest you set a date already and then you have to do it. Choose a day and a time that works for you, and then just click on it, follow the instructions. I would, except I don't want to click on it and have it be like, okay, now you're ready to study and take a test. I'm really not. And I've already passed the tech test, so I don't really need to do it again. Click on it, follow the instructions, and everything. It's very easy, very intuitive. I didn't have a problem setting up for my test. One thing that it does need is like a photo ID or something, so you could just be like, hey, here's my driver's license. This shows that I am who I say that I am. And then for a remote test specifically, they had me show the camera all around my room, like the room that I was in, because they wanted to know if I had like notes pinned to the ceiling, which somebody actually did. And so if I have notes pinned to the ceiling, obviously they're gonna be like, nah, you can't take this test, goodbye. So you show them around the room, they're like, okay, what's that paper over there? What's happening? Just to make sure that you're not cheating, because they're not there in person and they can't see that you're not cheating. So that is hamstudy.org. Alright, one more thing. So you know how I mentioned the super elastic signal stick earlier on in this video? So I figured out how to find it on the website. So what you're going to do is if you look up here, you can see that it says by Signal Stuff. So go to signalstuff.org, which is over here. And you can see there's this, like their logo has something that looks like an antenna. That's pretty much what the super elastic signal stick looks like. So then we're going to go to products, all products, and then we come over here, super elastic signal stick, and then they have them BNC, SMA female, SMA male, all that good stuff. So if you would like to buy any of their products to support their hamstudy.org, which is a free resource for you guys, go over to signalstuff.com/products.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I wanted to say a quick thank you to MP on YouTube. He's been watching some of my videos. He's the one who suggested the topic for this video. So let me know in the comments if you like this video and if you want any other videos like this or anything at all, and I'll see if I can make that video for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.